back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ayobablo and you're in my corner. Thanks for tuning in. If it's your very first time, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for always coming back. I'm glad that you always do. Today, I'm going to be concluding what looks like an academic series. What looks like it? I've been thinking, I think it looks like it. So today, I'm going to be completing it and move on to the next phase. Today, I'm going to be giving you tips in preparing for your master's degree program, especially as a Nigerian student, and especially if you'd like to go to another country for the program. Let's jump right into the video. In no particular order, I'm going to be giving you these tips, and I want you to know that these tips are what I put together from my own personal experience. It's not the ultimate, guide, but at least you learn a thing or two that will help you in preparing for yours. And also, I would not want anyone on this channel to be confused about this when you're going into it. That's why I'm here for you, and that's why you're subscribed to my channel. So I'm going to give you these tips free of charge. The first point is do your final project well, and I mean it, do it well. I think it's going to prepare you well for other projects that are coming, because trust me, especially the writing part, it will prepare you. At least you have a glimpse of what you're going into. So I think you should do it well. And secondly, if you're going to be doing a research-based master's degree program, I think you need to do your project well, because it's just an extension of what you're going to be doing. Not necessarily the topic you did as an undergraduate, but I would say that if you have an interest in any particular area, I think you should do your final project in that area, so that when you try to apply for your master's program, it's going to be a continuation of it. But just make sure you do your project well. And that brings me to my second point. Be well acquainted with at least 3 lecturers, 3 academic professionals before leaving school. Is very important in your application. You need to familiarize yourself. You need to build a good and solid relationship with at least 3 of your lecturers, and I will advise that they are doctors or professors. This really help you in your application. You wouldn't want to get to a part where you need references and you start looking around for people that will help you in that. It's best that before leaving school, before graduating, you familiarize yourself, so that when it's time, they'll be willing to help you, and they will have known you so well to be able to give you the reference that you need. Another reason why I think you should familiarize yourself with lecturers, at least 3 of them, is that one of them, or maybe all, could review your application for you, or your essays, or your motivation letter, whatsoever it is. Sometimes you might not get it right, and sometimes you might not just be satisfied with what you have written, so you need someone to check it out for you. So it's best that you have someone, an academic profession, to help you with that. And that brings me to my next point. Perfect your writing skills. It's just like a part of the project writing. You need to perfect your writing skills, because you are going to be writing a lot more during your applications. You need to write a CV. You might need to write a motivation. You obviously write a motivation letter in most cases, a personal statement. If you're going to be applying for scholarships, you need to write scholarship essays. So before you get to this point, you need to perfect your writing skills. It is very important that you do so. I remember when I was just getting started with my application, I wanted to contract my personal statement out. I reached out to someone on Twitter, and he said 25,000 naira for just one personal statement. It was like my turning point. One personal statement, knowing fully well that I'm going to be needing more than one. At that point, I just couldn't afford 25,000 naira for a personal statement. I just told him, I'm sorry, I can't afford it. That was what pushed me to, making research, finding out more about writing personal statements and all. That way, I just improved my writing skills, and it helped me a lot. So please perfect it well, write more, learn more about writing and all of that. And this brings me to my next point. Volunteer, do internships, take your work experience seriously. You are going to need it in your application. These experiences that you have gathered will be helpful in your application, so please don't play with them, don't joke around with them. Gather as much experience as you need, and even in your personal statement, don't fake it. In your work experience, don't fake it. It's important that you're just true to yourself, so that even when an interview arises from it, as regards your master's degree program, you have something to say, so you don't need to lie about it. Just be true to it and do well. And I believe this will also give you an edge in your application. This brings me to my next point. Graduate with a good degree as much as possible. And this is not to say that if you graduate with a lower degree, you cannot apply for your master's degree program, but I would advise that you graduate with a good degree, at least a first class or a second class upper degree. It will give you an edge in your application. There's some application or course of study, depending on what you're planning to go into, that would have a certain entry requirement. And sometimes the degree that you graduate with will be used. So to give you an upper hand, you need to graduate with a good degree. Also, be ready to sleep on your computer. Application is not easy. It doesn't come that easy. So you need to be ready to sleep on your computer. You need to be able to research, check out schools, check out their requirements. You're not just going to apply to one school, I believe. So you are going to be applying to many schools. And I think that will require more research. So be ready to sleep on your computer. It doesn't come easy that way. And so be ready to put in the effort. And I'm just going to be dropping these 3, tips, or the obvious. Get your transcript ready. It's very important that you have your transcript handy, so that whenever you need it, you'll be able to provide it and fill it in your application. Get your English proficiency test ready. Some of you might want to get the English proficiency test waiver. Is good, but I would advise that if you can write the exam, the English proficiency test, I think you should just do it. And lastly, the obvious, get your international passport ready. That one is a ginger on its own. Don't start an application. I believe if you are starting an application, you are serious about it. So you should definitely have your international passport ready. Don't be running around trying to get that. You need to plan ahead. Remember, these tips are just from my own experience. They are the things I've put together from my own experience. So it's not the ultimate. That's a disclaimer. It's not the ultimate guide. You need to, get to research more, make your own findings. If you have any question as regards the point I made, please drop it down in the comment section. I will answer you. And if you want to ask me any more questions outside of this point, please also drop it down. I will try to answer them. Also, if you have any more tips that will be helpful, drop it down in the comment section below. I just need to see comments. Don't just watch this video. Please subscribe if you have not. Like this video, share it, and again, remember to comment. Also, turn on your notifications so that you'll be the first to know when I drop a new video. I'm going to see you in my next video. Until then, bye.